All right. We black again, family. Black power. Black power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarah Soon SETI YouTube page, but the General SETI YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships is right down in the video description, is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun SETI General SETI YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, the 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. You can preview the curriculum on the website. It's an amazing, amazing course. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable, where the brothers sit down and discuss once a week the most important, most powerful subjects, topics pertinent to our growth and development. It's an amazing course. Once again, go over to the site, preview it, become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun SETI DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check it out, get a discount, shop and save, and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. Omeka, Voyages of the Nile, when Kemet ruled the earth, Nubia, mother of ancient Egypt, Black Babylon, African origins of Mesopotamia, from Naga to Nigga, African origins of the Hindu Kush, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Freemasonry, all occult, alchemy, Sufism, Kabbalism. We got it all. The making of the white man, the black woman is God, military, geography, cosmology, and so much, much more. Not another website nowhere that could compare or compete. Become a member today, and everybody knows SETI got the poppiness page on Patreon. Link right there at the top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. There's over 500 exclusive live streams only to be viewed on Patreon. And man, I done stacked a lot of work up on Patreon. That's just all it is to it. You need to get over there. If you have not been over there, I don't know what your problem is, but you need to go and get that classic SETI lectures. Visuals is outstanding, exquisite, and amazing. Information is clearly off the wall. There is no competition. You got the greatest sage of the age. And so you should get over there immediately. Click that link, get over there immediately and get that work. To all the family donated, thank you. For those that would like to donate, link right in the chat, click it, donate. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarasun SETI. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. All right, family, we back, we black. I know they was hating on the General. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm giving a hell of a reaction. You already know, and so, but that's okay. We're gonna work it. Don't worry. That's just I'm gonna work it. You feel what I'm saying? But we're gonna move on to the next video where we talking about the racist white woman trying to incite a race war. Says blacks would lose. You see what I'm saying? They looking for but see, this is the nature of the beast. You see, that's why, man, all you doing is saying exactly why you whooping on our people. You shooting people over fucking a ticket, or just small infraction or no goddamn infraction. See, you got hate in your heart. You see. And this is more than just hate. You see what I'm saying? This is, this is more than just hate. They enraged. Hate is one. They enraged. You feel what I'm saying? Then so once you understand that, it's just that, you know, they got a propensity to try to you know, bring the, you know, the most brutal harm to us in any kind of way, because they know who we are. They know who we are. And that's why we, you know what, and this is why we see, this is motherfuckers keep failing. Because the thing is, and we talk about cosmic law. You see what I'm saying? And when I tell you about cosmic law, everything in creation was instilled in it, within it, a code given to it by nature, not by man. It don't give a fuck about how you feel about it. Everything is pre-coded to be what the fuck it is. Okay? So all that shit talking about everybody the same ain't shit the same. You understand what I'm saying? Everything got a nature. Everything is pre-coded to be what it is. It's already in its DNA to be what it is. Okay? It don't need a class. It don't need instructions. It's already pre-coded. When that motherfucking tree, if it's an apple tree, that motherfucker don't need a class to know that it's an apple tree. It's gonna produce the fruit that's pre-coded in its DNA to produce. That's what it'll produce without instructions. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, you know, we tend to want to use man's feebleness to interpret, you know, these things that we deal with every day. Some of these motherfuckers can't even understand these animals that they encage and shit, and you know, they put them in cages and somehow they think that they have mastered the animals and shit. You know, they really want to be Tarzan and shit until one of them motherfucking animals eat their motherfucking face off. They're just like that one stupid ass woman who was on Oprah Winfrey. And the monkey, man, ate that bitch up. When I seen that video, I had forgot about it. And I just seen it the other day. And man, how that monkey, man, this bitch didn't even look real. You know what I'm saying? It just looked at, I don't even know why she would even want to live. You see what I'm saying? To look like that, man. Fuck that. You see what I'm saying? Oh no. What you gonna do? What is you gonna do? What is your purpose? But this is just showing you, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, motherfuckers will live in a monstrous state. You know, this is how they, you know, they'll live in a monstrous state. So, you know, so understanding, we all the same, and we are, it don't, that's not even natural to even say some shit like that. You know, that everything ain't nothing the same. Everything is in its own place, in its own space and shit. And its DNA dictate what the fuck it is. You see, and that's the, and so, you know, yeah. And so when we hear you know, you see this rage and shit that's coming out, this is shit is from the DNA. You see what I'm saying? We are diametric opposites. You see what I'm saying? They know who we are. It's in their DNA to hate us. You see, it's in their DNA to hate us because they see that we are not cursed like them. You see, they know they curse. God damn it. And the reason why I say that, you know, some people say something, oh, they curse. No, motherfucker. You know, when I did the making of the white man, what I did, and it was strategy to put up everything from their viewpoint. You see, not our viewpoint, their view. You ain't never heard them say shit about it neither. You see what I'm saying? I put that shit in a way where they can't, because goddamn it, they're gonna have to say the pictures was from them. The videos was all from them. I didn't, you know, it's one thing to be where, you comprise, information. It might be based off emotionalism. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to just use like the Yakub, and now you could use that, but that's too, you have to do a lot of explaining. I didn't want to do no explaining. I wanted to show motherfuckers, what they are in real time, in their own viewpoint, so you could see, because when they created these mythologies, they didn't know no nigga was gonna be doing reaction videos on this shit. So a lot of they didn't know niggas was gonna be reading these mythologies from these cave people. You see what I'm saying? So when they created them, they created it without, they didn't have to hide over their back. I mean, they didn't have to look over their back when they create. So they spoke it exactly how they felt it. You see what I'm saying? In damn near in every mythology that they speak about, it's that sun. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. It's the sun. Even the vampire is, motherfucker ain't got a soul. You see what I'm saying? When that motherfucker look in the mirror, he don't have a reflection. This is shit from their own mind. So that right there lets you know that when you disconnected from the sun, the solar, you don't have a soul. You see, this is shit that they done said they self. You see? And so what niggas will try to do, they'll try to come and say the cracker. You understand? Oh, master, don't say that about yourself. Don't say that about yourself. You know we worship you. You see, you don't say that. Even though the motherfucker didn't explain this shit to you, and you want to deny the fact, and they have never left these stories. These are icons because the reality is they coming. And no matter how much you wag your tail, no matter how quick you run in there when he get home with his house shoes and his motherfucking newspaper and all, and even a lot of y'all motherfuckers out here with these Cro-Magnon Neanderthal bitches, and that's what they is, because they the ones leading the fucking the white supremacist agenda. Many of them are leading it today. And you motherfuckers sitting them and they talking about you niggas like a dog, and y'all putting them up here on the motherfucking pedestal, just like that press secretary just the other day. The nigga was in there, policeman, and she was over there pointing at this nigga like, what the fuck is he here for? You know what I'm saying? This nigga is squirming around, trying, one motherfucker pointing him this way, the other motherfucker pointing him this way, and he in there squirming around. He don't know what the fuck to do. You understand what I would have put a middle finger. I would have been on international news. First and foremost, I wouldn't have been there, no way, but I'm just saying, for argument's sake, I'd have put a motherfucking middle finger up to both of their ass. Like, fuck y'all. You understand what I'm saying? This is the Capitol, and I'm the Capitol Police. This is my motherfucking job. Y'all came over here, fuck you. But just showing you she lead and lying. And you understand what I'm saying? Lying right there, for Donald Trump taught him to lie because she's the press secretary, lying and shit. No, he done formulated all these lies on South Africa and a whole lot of shit. And them reporters is beating up on, and they so racist, and when you beat them intellectually, that's the first place they're gonna run to their racism, because they already know you greater than them. So when they start, especially live, and you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna get erratic. They're gonna get erratic. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get erratic on your ass. If you with the police and you got him and you got more knowledge than the motherfucker about the Constitution or any of that shit, motherfucker gonna go erratic because he used to a motherfucker being dumb or playing dumb or cowering. You see, niggas is not cowering today. They know the facts. They know the shit better than they do. And they'll still whoop a motherfucker ass. Videotape you. You understand what I'm saying? When you videotape and they'll try to beat you up and take your motherfucking camera and all this. And then they still get found guilty. You see what I'm saying? But you done got whooped and you got your head cracked. You done got your rights violated. So they've been doing this shit for a long time because they got a natural disdain for black people in their heart. It's a natural thing, though. I don't want y'all to think that something they didn't have a hate. This is an ancient hate now. This is not something that, we fell out just the other day, or this is an ancient hate. This hate been going on ever since we came in contact with these people. This is not anything that is just started. And so the fact that niggas is still trying to figure this shit out in 2025 is really because niggas is cowering from doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing to this cracker. You see what I'm saying? Any damn way. You understand? And so you got this Neanderthal. That's all straight out the caves. You know what I'm saying? Inciting. You know, saying that if niggas gave, niggas couldn't win the war, and niggas don't know how to shoot, and shit like that. Niggas is killing niggas every day. What the fuck you mean they don't know how to shoot? You see what I'm saying? And killing crackers too. And Khalid Muhammad say we practicing and shit. You see what I'm saying? We practicing. That's what's happening. So when this shit go down, you understand what I'm saying? You understand? We gonna be ready. You see? And yeah. I understand. It's a situation that we in that's not gonna correct itself until we are in our natural state. See, and that's another thing about cosmic law. I'm gonna put this Neanderthal in a minute. See, the thing is, niggas want to say that they're gods and goddesses, but they want to live in the belly of a beast. Now, that what natural order is that? You see what I'm saying? What now? You might as well go back up in the cave with these Neanderthals if that's the damn case. You see, you might as well go back up in the cave with the Neanderthal if that's the goddamn case. We are not, if we are divine and we are gods and goddesses and we're the primordials of the earth, then what the fuck is we doing on our knees in the gut of a beast? See, there ain't nothing coming out of that for us. See, and so we'll look at ourselves in the scheme of man's matrix. You see, we'll paint these illusions that, if we hit this goal, we'll hit that goal, then we're doing good. But in the end, we could see that we didn't play every card that we ever could play. We didn't play them all. The only card that we have not played is putting our foot off in his ass and being victorious. That's the only card. Every other card, whether it was Malcolm, whether it was Martin, whether it was Marcus, whichever one it was, they all came a variety of ways to try to get, but at the end of the day, it was not successful. You see? And so we try, to do the thing because a lot of people don't have the faith that they could be victorious. You understand? Don't even really know. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. The art of war is to psychologically win, where you ain't got to, present arms and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't have to present arms. You see, you beat a motherfucker psychologically. You see, you beat a motherfucker psychologically. So if a motherfucker don't even believe he could be victorious, that's what Marcus Garvey said. He said, if you defeated in your mind and your spirit, you twice defeated. You see what I'm saying? So they've been winning, pump faking a lot of times. You see. So we gonna listen. They trying, but what they saying is how they really feel about us. You see, and you don't see none of these niggas out here that'll bring this shit up, because they idolize these Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, man and woman. They idolize them. They put them up there, and here's the mother witch, wolf. You understand? Bitch, what they call the she-wolf, which is the true bitch. And when we say who's the son of a bitch, and we say the white man is the true son of a bitch, they think, oh, you just making that shit up until you go to Rome and you see the founders of Rome, Remulus and Romulus, suckling from the nipples and shit of a she-wolf. They say this is how Rome was founded. So when you say they honor that shit, they don't, you be like, oh man, you be ready to, you see what I'm saying? You speak of it, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, this is what it is. You see, they honor that shit. So you know what I'm saying? So this is a predator, a bloodthirsty predator. And this is how they culture, and that should be, that's it. You see, he's a bloodthirsty predator, wolves and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so let's put this, this Neanderthal up here. I put, let me see, where is this video at? Say niggas couldn't win. Say niggas wouldn't be able to win. You want to bet? You want to bet? Do you want to bet? Shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't really want to see niggas, you know what I'm saying, like that. You really don't. Y'all asking for it. Then you know what? And then we're gonna talk about the daughters of the Confederate, and a lot of motherfuckers don't talk about that neither. The daughters of the Confederate, because these bitches was really the main institution that all these statues that you see around the United States. Because I used to see that shit on TV. The daughters of the Confederates, they the ones that are really responsible for all these statues, all these Confederate generals, and a lot of these museums and shit out here. The daughters of the Confederate. Look that shit up. Let me get this shit in here. I think this it right here.
If there was a race war, you wouldn't win. Okay. First of all, you might have plenty of guns, but you don't know how to shoot them. You think this is how you shoot guns. You think this is how you shoot a pistol. That's not. I know you saw that in a movie and you thought it looked cool. And you saw your favorite fucking rapper doing that, but that's not how you aim and shoot a gun. The only reason blacks have not exterminated themselves in the hood, because black on black violence is insane and through the roof, is because they're such horrible shots. So you really think you're gonna beat a duck hunter who shoots ducks for a living, for fun, on his free time, and doesn't miss? Really?
You hear that shit? You hear that shit? She be the first one with her wig split. You feel what I'm saying? A duck. Man, bitches, you crazy. You see what I'm saying? These little niggas. You know what I'm saying? Listen here. You see, these little niggas out here, if it really got down to it, when them little white boys, whether they can shoot, if they see or them niggas come, them little young niggas coming over them hills, listen, they see, it's the gall. See, it's the gall. See, I know, man, because my uncles and shit and all, my fathers and my grandfathers, they all went to war. You see what I'm saying? Even over there in Vietnam. You see what I'm saying? Listen to me when I tell you, them white boys did not want to go out in that goddamn jungle unless they had niggas in their platoon. That's just all it is to it. See, you listen to that shit. You see what I'm saying? And because you don't know the whole truth. You see what I'm saying? But the reality is them niggas is the ones, is the infantry. You see, real talk. Even when you go, when you look down through history, you understand what I'm saying? Black men have always been the infantry, damn near any great empire. You see what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You see, so for motherfuckers to believe that black men cannot fight is ridiculous. That's a fucking bullshit. But see, that's psychological warfare. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to go out there in the dark unless they got niggas with them. That's just the facts. The white boy, he'll get in a plane and he'll fly over and he'll shoot. Yeah. They'll shoot goddamn yeah, what's that right there? Yeah, they'll shoot from a ship. You see what I'm saying? And all that shit. But when it come down to the get down, they do not want to go nowhere for real, without the soldiers, without the brothers. That's just all it is to it. So don't think that, you can't shoot. And man, these niggas out here, if it get down to the get down, a lot of people don't believe it. You see what I'm saying? But that's how it always happened. That's how it always happened. You see what I'm saying? That's just like Rome. They said, Rome would last forever. You see what I'm saying? They say Rome would last forever and ever and ever. And they took their ass out there, and it was guerrilla warfare that cracked their motherfucking head. They went out there and motherfuckers came a different kind of way than what they were used to. And Yeah, they could not recover. They could not goddamn recover. So yeah. So even Haiti, when you think about Haiti, Haiti whooped the goddamn. France was the greatest nation military in the world at that time. Was the greatest military in the world at that time, and a little island put an ass whooping on their ass, and it wasn't just the French. It wasn't just the French. I think shit, it was a couple of other countries with their ass too trying to come over there. Yeah, and here this little island was victorious in whooping and they don't even talk about Ottawa. You see over there in Ethiopia where Menelik the second whooped the British out there. I went to that field, where they fought that battle. Menelik the second fought against the British right there at Ottawa and whooped them. You see what I'm saying? And whooped them. They don't want to talk about them. They don't want to talk about when the Mahdi of Sudan, cut off General Chinese Gordon's head. Man, that shit was crazy, man. He cut his fucking head off, man. That was, and the British was so upset, man, and shit, that how they did his ass. So, I mean, it's been victories. You feel what I'm saying? And so motherfuckers they got to go into the history book and deal with your enemy not gonna teach you about your victories. You see? And so that's when, and when they hit, they get nervous. That's why they want to keep you away from your goddamn history and teach this bullshit and erase that, the truth out of there, because they see your history is your foundation. It tells you what you're capable of. You see, no matter what nobody else tell you, that it tells you what you're capable of. And listen to me, at the minimum, you see, at the minimum, it's coming crashing down. You see what I'm saying? It's over with. The reality is, and if that's what they want, if you stay in the box, see the one thing about Hannibal, the one thing about Shaka, the one thing about Menelik, the one thing about the Mahdi, the one thing about Toussaint Overture, and all of they come out the box. Even Nat Turner, they ain't gonna stay in the box like that. They're gonna come on some guerrilla shit out of the box where you ain't gonna expect that's how they coming. Now, if you gonna walk out and march and get on and they pull down in martial law and you walk your silly ass out there, walk right up on the, into the paddy wagons and into the U-Haul truck so they can hoard you niggas at the stadium or whatever concentration camp that they got set up. That's on you, nigga. That's on you. If that's what you're gonna do, go. They'll win that way. But for 40 million blacks over here, 40 or more, you see what I'm saying? They're gonna try to beat you psychologically. They're gonna make you think, oh, it's only so many of you. You see what I'm saying? And that's going, and the reality is, man, black people are outnumbering these motherfuckers by far more than what you believe. You cannot let another nigga count your pockets or you gonna always come up short. You see what I'm saying? If you don't count your own money, motherfucker you might have 100,000, nigga. He'll give you 20,000, keep 80 in his pocket. If you don't count your own money, so how the fuck is you gonna let this man tell you how many? Listen here, you can look at Africa, man, and see how Africa is populating so fast and so young, man. The average age of Africa is like, damn, man, it's less than 20. Man, the average age in Africa right now is almost like 18 years old. You feel what I'm saying? So if we are an extension of that, you see? So, black people are outpopulating all peoples on the planet by far. You see, to the point where, in the next 50 years, man, the out of the top 20 largest cities on the planet, 10 of them gonna be in Africa. You see what I'm saying? You talking about, man, where shit, You talking about where one city like I think Lagos, man, Lagos gonna be 100 million. That one city is gonna be 100 million. Then you got it's a man. Listen here, it's gonna be so even Khartoum in the Sudan gonna be about 50, 60 million. You're gonna have so many. So if you look at that as a blueprint, and then you look over here in the United States, how in the fuck have we managed to stay, like 13% for so fucking long? And man, listen here, man. Our peoples is young, man. You see what I'm saying? We not no old race. Our peoples is young, man. Black peoples is having babies and shit. Man, fuck that. I don't believe none of that shit. None of that shit they talking about. You see, that's psychological warfare. If you could control what a motherfucker perceive about themselves, then you could determine the outcome. So y'all better wake up to this shit. And to that Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, y'all really don't want no smoke, but you gonna get what you asking for. You gonna like that wick. And when you know how it be on the cartoons, you know what I'm saying? You see on the cartoons where they light that motherfucking wick. But then when they realize what the fuck is really in motherfucker, and that motherfucker try to blow it out, and that just make that bitch go, it get shorter quicker. They be in there, and then all that motherfucker gonna do is explode in their face. So you know what I'm saying? But just hearing how they think, you can't let nobody incite you to do some shit. You see what I'm saying? You just got you see what they think. You understand what I'm saying? You see what they trying to do, but you don't let nobody through emotionalism incite you to make a wrong move. You just record the fact that you know how they feel about you and what they trying to do. They want to start some shit with you. You see what I'm saying? But you don't fall for that right now. You see what I'm saying? You got to get your mind right. You see, but and since you ain't got to say shit. You ain't got to be loud about what you doing. You see, you ain't even got to say shit about it. You just move through your life doing what is necessary to put yourself in a predicament. When it jump up, you don't even alert them. You don't say a motherfucker. You just keep doing what you're doing, but your life moves like naturally like water to fill in the blanks of what need to be filled in. So when that time comes, you can get them motherfuckers with, because the facts is you can see they want to fight us. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't matter whether you quiet. It don't matter whether you're loud. They coming. They letting you know. So you got to be able to give a motherfucker whatever all they want. You got to give them what they want. You see what I'm saying? And we have to defend ourselves. If that be what come our way, we got to be victorious. You see what I'm saying? So we got to think this shit out ahead of time. And we've been in this predicament, man. This ain't shit. We've been in this motherfucking predicament. We still in it. We still in it since the beginning of our contact. We still in the same position. It's a damn shame, but we still in the grasp of a maniac it was ready to fight us and ready. Yeah, and but I ain't. I'm with it. Shit, At the end of the day, if you coming, and what the fuck, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, family, we got these demonic entities out here. Oh, you know what? Before I get off of here, I want this one video where they break down this motherfucking Daughters of the Confederate. I got to let y'all hear this shit before I get off of here. Here you go, right here.
Or so differently from everyone else? For a lot of folks in the southern U.S., that whole history has been whitewashed. How did that end up happening? Blame these women, the Daughters of the Confederacy, a group of southern socialites who organized in the decades after the Civil War to make sure that the history of the war was told from a decidedly southern perspective, a perspective that cast the Confederacy in the best possible light. This propaganda campaign came to be known as the Lost Cause. You know all those monuments to the Confederacy that we've been debating about removing for years? The Daughters of the Confederacy had most of those monuments installed in the decades.
Did you hear that? Most of them monuments out there to these Confederate generals and all these war or battles and shit, the majority of these statues, these monuments, been put up by the daughters of the Confederate. You hear that? I'm gonna play that back for y'all so you can let that sink in.
Removing for years, the Daughters of the Confederacy had most of those monuments installed in the decades following the end of the Civil War. They did it to ensure that future generations would view the Confederacy in a positive light. Even worse, they worked with Southern school systems to make sure all the textbooks were written in a way that portrayed the Confederacy as heroic, that portrayed slaves as happy workers, and minimized slavery as one of the main causes of the war. When you hear someone use terms like the South will rise again, heritage not hate, and the Civil War was about states' rights, you know that person has been indoctrinated with the lost cause ideology pushed by the Daughters of the Confederacy.
Y'all hear that? I'm gonna play it one more time for y'all.
Do you ever wonder why white Southerners tend to view the Civil War so differently from everyone else? For a lot of folks in the southern U.S., that whole history has been whitewashed. How did that end up happening? Blame these women, the Daughters of the Confederacy, a group of southern socialites who organized in the decades after the Civil War to make sure that the history of the war was told from a decidedly southern perspective, a perspective that cast the Confederacy in the best possible light. This propaganda campaign came to be known as the Lost Cause. You know all those monuments to the Confederacy that we've been debating about removing for years? The Daughters of the Confederacy had most of those monuments installed in the decades following the end of the Civil War. They did it to ensure that future generations would view the Confederacy in a positive light. Even worse, they worked with Southern school systems to make sure all the textbooks were written in a way that portrayed the Confederacy as heroic, that portrayed slaves as happy workers, and minimized slavery as one of the main causes of the war. When you hear someone use terms like the South will rise again, heritage not hate, and the Civil War was about states' rights, you know that person has been indoctrinated with the lost cause ideology pushed by the Daughters of the Confederacy.
Whoa. I'm gonna have to do some more research into that. You know, I was seeing that shit on TV. You see what I'm saying? The daughters, and even that damn museum down there in South Carolina, Charlotte. They had something to do with that too. So anyway, family, look that up, do some research, but that just let you know that they still out here. You know, they the front forerunners of a lot of this racist ideology. Motherfuckers say they following behind the man. No, they are some of the forerunners in this racist white supremacy ideology. Forerunners, the authors. Let's deal with that. But anyway, family, I get black with y'all tomorrow. I'll see y'all early tomorrow. I'm gonna get in here early tomorrow. That's a fact. Yep. Do your push-ups, man. Do all that shit. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Black Power.